Hello, everybody, and welcome back. BJ here from BJ Drinks Beer, and today I've got a couple for you from Yards Brewing Company from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. First up, we've got their brand new Hazy Pale Ale. This one is a 5.5% Hazy Pale Ale. All right. So as you can see, it is definitely hazy. Get a light behind that for you. All right, yeah, this one is super hazy. I'm not seeing through that at all. On the nose. Wow. Yeah, very bright, very juicy, very sweet. Some tropical notes in there. I think I'm going to enjoy this one. Let's give it a try. Okay. Yeah. Up front, you get juiciness, you get sweetness, and then it completely dries out in the finish. Pretty. I was going to say mild, but that kind of lessens it. Pretty good flavor intensity, a little bit more than mild. This reminds me a lot of Freshies by Tonewood, except it's a little sweeter and a little brighter. It still has that same dry finish. It finishes just like Freshies. But up front, you get a lot more sweetness, a lot more juiciness than Freshies. Freshies, it has some sweetness and juiciness to it, but it falls flat almost immediately. This stays with you a little bit longer. Super crushable, and that dry finish keeps you coming back for more. Pretty light, easy drinking. Not very heavy on the palate. I'm trying to pick out the hops. I'm definitely picking up Mosaic, and then maybe Simcoe, maybe Citra, but definitely Mosaic in there. All right. All right. Next up, we've got the Grapefruit Pale Ale. This one is a 4.6% Pale Ale with grapefruit. Oh, already the aroma's jumping out of the glass. Get a light behind that. This one isn't looking quite as hazy, but it definitely looks like it has a little bit of haze to it. Oh yeah, still hazy. Probably just as hazy, actually. Whoa. Yeah, just as hazy. I mean, I don't even have to get close to it. That grapefruit aroma is jumping out of the glass. But for the sake of the video, on the nose. Oh. On the nose. Oh, yeah. Straight grapefruit. It's like, you know, just cutting one in half and just jamming your nose into it. Except a little bit drier. Let's give it a try. Oh, wow. Super crushable. The grapefruit doesn't add too much bitterness, and there's a little bit of sweetness to it. At 4.6, I believe it was. Yeah, at 4.6, I'm surprised it has as much flavor intensity as it does, which is still mild, but yeah, that flavor's really coming through big. Not with anything grapefruit. They're, you know, some things are fun. There's just a, you know, a decent amount, but with some things it's just overpowering. It's just too much. But with this one, honestly, I feel like I could put back a few of these and still keep coming back for more. Late see in the comments. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Bart? Good to see you. Guess I should put it up on the screen. Good to hear from you, Bart. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, yeah, without the light behind it, I don't know. It's not translating to the camera well, but this one right here, right? Yeah, it looks way lighter on camera. And that one, yeah, never mind. Not going to make any sense. What was I saying? Super light, easy drinking, super crushable. That grapefruit flavor isn't too much. It's just right. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm, and it makes me smile. And while you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've had either of these or anything from Yards before, why don't you go ahead and leave something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it, how you felt about it, what you thought about it, whatever it is. If these look interesting, if these look refreshing, thank you, Bart. If this looks like it's something you might want to try, maybe you have some questions, why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you'd like to find these beers, well, this one I can't help you with at the moment, but this one is currently available. This one is currently available at Joe Canals in Marlton, and this one will be there in the next week or two. So keep your eye out for that. If it looks good, definitely give it a try. Ratings. It's gonna work, I promise. This tablecloth makes it really hard to slide the coaster. There we go. That's exactly what I was trying to do. Tips. Very perfect. Okay. All right. Rating. First up, we got the Hazy. 4 out of 5. When you compare it to something like Freshies that I buy so much of, it's a hard comparison. Freshies is very popular beer here in South Jersey, and it is pretty much the hazy pale ale. If you say I feel like a hazy pale ale, chances are you're going for a Freshies. So that's a tough comparison, but this one, yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5. Freshies, I'd probably give a 4.5 out of 5. But yeah, this one wasn't really falling short. It was right there with it in some areas, and then in other areas it was a little bit better. But all around, yeah, 4 out of 5. This is an excellent hazy pale ale. And as for this one, for not being much of a grapefruit fan, and only because it's rarely done right. I mean, grapefruit, it either comes off as being too sweet or too bitter. And this one is very, very balanced. More sweet than bitter, but, that lends to the drinkability of it. If I were a grapefruit fan, this would get a 5 out of 5. But as is, yeah, straight up 4.5 out of 5. Really, really good stuff. Whew. If you haven't had anything from Yards Brewing Company and you live on the East Coast, then I don't know how you've not had anything from Yards Brewing Company. They're one of the biggest breweries in Philadelphia, and actually, they're probably the biggest brewery in Philadelphia and one of the biggest breweries on the East Coast. Having said that, if you haven't had anything from Yards, I definitely recommend you check out some of what they do. Their pale ale is iconic. That yellow 6-pack, excellent stuff. Their IPA has gotten me in trouble more nights than I would like to remember, and most of them I don't. Yeah, Yards, Brawler, great beer. A lot of what Yards is doing is just the standard out there, for this style. So yeah, definitely check out some of Yards. You will not be disappointed. And I'm over here getting ideas. Yeah, that grapefruit aroma is still coming through huge. I don't know why they don't just make it like that. This is excellent. You combine these two. I mean, this is a 4. This is a 4.5. This is a 5 right here. They should sell that. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for this time. I've already gone double the length of my normal video, but I'm reviewing 2 beers, so that makes sense. But yeah, that's all I've got for this time. Until next time, cheers.